LeetCode problem 649, Dota2 Senate. The problem states, given a string Senate representing each senator's party membership, R and D represent the radiant and dire parties. The round-based voting procedure starts from the first senator to the last senator in the given order. This procedure will last until the end of voting. All the senators who have lost their rights will be skipped during the procedure. Suppose every senator is smart enough and will play the best strategy for his own party. Predict which party will finally announce the victory and change the Dota 2 game. The output should be radiant or dire. For example, example 1. Input Senate equals RD. Output equals radiant, because the radiant senator bans the dire, so the radiants win. Example 2. Input Senate equals RDD. Output equals dire, because the radiant senator bans the leftmost dire in the first round. The rightmost senator bans the radiant senator in the next round, so dires win. What this is really asking is, the senators sit in a line. At each round of voting, the leftmost senator can ban the next one to the right. Given this configuration of the Senate, who will win the election? This is a queue problem. We can guess that because it deals with a string or an array. It does not deal with subarrays or substrings. It does not calculate a minimum or a maximum. It does not output multiple sequences, and it represents symbols. The R stands for radiance, and the D stands for dires. You might be inclined to solve this by tracking banned senators in an array or hash map. But this approach doesn't scale well, since we must look for banned senators in an array or hash at each step. An easier approach is to use two queues representing the position of senators from each party. Then we can simulate the banning by comparing the first value from each queue. The banned member is removed from the queue, and the banning member is moved to the end of the queue, ready for the next round of voting. And its position is updated to the end of the line to simulate its relative position to the right of the last senator. This process continues until one of the two parties has no more members left in their queue. This solution is easy to understand and implement, and scales linearly with the number of senators. Let's see how to implement this solution. This solution uses two queues to track the remaining members of each party's senators. Create queues that will represent the positions of each senator in each party. Loop over the senators and put each senator's position in their party queue. For as long as there are senators in both queues, we will pull the first senator from both parties from each queue. If the position of the radiant senator is less than that of the dire, then we add the radiant senator back to the end of its queue and recalculate its position to the right of the end of the Senate. The senator with the rightmost position is removed. For the rest of the loop, we remove the right senator and re-queue the left. When one side runs out of senators, we return the winning party. The time complexity for this implementation is linear, since there are no nested loops within our while loop. That was how to solve LeetCode problem 649, Dota2 Senate. Please like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials.